Hello, fellow sickos, and happy Pride Month! That's right, we own the month! That and other people that are celebrating their various things, but, you know, being a fellow queer person, I'm going to celebrate Pride Month. And what better way to do that than looking at a gay old wrestling game, aka World Championship Wrestling versus New World Order World Tour! Now, I did look at Virtual Pro Wrestling 64 back in the day, which feels like forever ago, even though it probably was only like, 2 years? Nevertheless, we're going to look at this one. Sounds fun. Alright, let's go! Let's start with World Tour's roster. It damn near doubles the amount of WCW and nWo wrestlers that were in Versus the World, while still containing quite a few fictional wrestlers clearly based off of real ones in Japan. Although these ripoffs aren't nearly as blatant. Well, mostly. Hannibal is clearly Hayabusa. I mean, come on! At least the devs remembered to put the outsiders in the game this time. On top of that, they're actual match intros. Well, sort of. Instead of entrances, everyone gets an in-ring intro like you'd see in a Japanese wrestling show, just without any ring announcing. Togon Road, this is not. The gameplay sees the biggest increase in quality as everything just flows so god-dang perfectly. As most of you know, A is used for grapples, and if you hold the button, you can perform strong moves which will deal more damage and reward higher spirit. Oh yeah, I forgot that I generally keep the spirit meter off in this game. It's because World Tour uses the same system of automatically taunting when you go into special mode, and I generally like to keep the screen clear of clutter as much as possible. I will say that some of the finisher choices can be a bit odd, to say the absolute least. Such as Scott Hall, instead of doing a Razor's Edge, using Eddie Guerrero's Black Tiger Bomb, or Sting doing a Pinning Power Bomb. I know these problems are fixed in the sequel, but it's still a bit strange. What isn't strange is the main single-player mode, which is a copy from Versus the World, League Challenge. For those that didn't watch that video, just beat random opponents until you face the champion, and then you get to beat them up too! What's cool is that if you beat all of the heavyweight or cruiserweight champions, you unlock a bonus league which will unlock 2 fictional wrestlers. For this video, I unlocked Black Widow by going through the cruiser leagues, and for anyone not familiar with Japanese wrestling, she is based off of the Joshi legend, Manami Toyota! And if you did the same for the heavyweight divisions, you would unlock Joe Bruiser, who was based off of Muhammad Ali. Now, I did this many years ago. However, unfortunately, my controller pack did not hold up, and the data, let's just say, was gone with the birds. Which really sucks, because that means now I have to do that all over again if I want to play as Joe Bruiser. And yes, these were called controller packs back in the day. PlayStation 1 had memory cards, and Nintendo wouldn't get memory cards up until the GameCube. So yeah, Nintendo's always been like a generation behind, it's nothing new. The arena selection is easily the one downgrade, as we went from like 6 down to 4, but the devs do a rather decent job at making each one look distinct. The color schemes of the various rings are especially well done and have always stayed in my head after all these years. I gotta say, it was a blast coming back to this game after so many years. Being truthful, anytime I wanted to play this, I just went with the Japanese release, Virtual Pro Wrestling 64, and continuing that truth, it's what I'd still recommend even after playing this. Nevertheless, it's easy to see why this is the second best-selling wrestling game on the Nintendo 64 after playing it. Sure, the later entries would blow it out of the water in terms of gameplay improvements and presentation, but there's just a certain charm that exists when playing this game that doesn't with the others. I can't quite explain it myself, but hopefully if you play it, you'll feel it as well. Anyone ever find it weird that you get weapons from the crowd? Who made that decision, and just why? We may truly never know the answer to that question. However, one thing we do know is, this game still holds up relatively well, all things considered. Especially when you think about all the other N64 games which don't. Like, there are people that even still believe that Mario 64 is a piece of trash, which, of course, I disagree with completely. I still think that game's a classic, just like how this game is a classic. Is it dated? Hell yeah! But does it suck? Hell no! Especially compared to some of the other games I've played recently. Goodness gracious me. Nevertheless, I have finally ticked this game off the box. Let's throw it over yonder, and away it goes. What are we doing next? Let me just reach over here. Next time, we're taking a look at Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2! Provided this game disc still works. Here's hoping. Oh!